welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Street Fighter 6 community and the problem they had with people submitting AI art. Well, here's how it went down. Street Fighter 6 community rocked by AI art controversy. You might think, oh, where's the controversy? Oh, we love our AI art, but you're not. Oh, okay, first of all, it's against the rules for the users to submit. Capcom recently launched an art competition in Street Fighter 6 for the Here Comes a New Challenger screen. Fans noticed that Kimberly's winning entry demonstrated artifacting and irregularities consistent with the use of AI. Now Capcom has commented on the situation and confirmed it will disqualify the submission. Unfortunately, we have determined that one of the winning entries violated contest rules, specifically Section 5 pertaining to entry submission and design requirements. Well, yeah, I find it funny that when the companies want to use AI in their games, they're like, nah, there's no problem with it. You shouldn't complain. But when they ask the players to submit art to it, it's like, nope, no AI. No, don't do it. You'll be disqualified. But there is a broader issue here. And that is with the emergence of AI art and the people loving their AI tools, that traditional art and ways of doing things, whether it be art, music, or whatever, we're already seeing them start to fall to the wayside. Well, it's like it says here, unfortunately, this is just a sign of the times. It did stipulate in the rules of the competition that AI was not allowed, but this entry still slipped through the cracks. So I know somewhere and there's a link. And these are some of the submitted pictures. Now, maybe they're not all AI, but they're all definitely computer art with computer shading and computer blending. When you do real art, it doesn't look like that. That's where you put this color and this color and then add a swipe and you click a button, blend, and then it looks like, some smoothed over blended crap. It doesn't have the deep, rich tones that real art has. It doesn't have the depth or texture or any of it. I mean, I'm not saying these are bad pictures, but just imagine if real artists had took to doing this in the traditional way.
We wouldn't have any of the classics. I mean, I can see, as an artist, I can see where you might use AI to touch up your already created work here and there. But using it to create a whole piece and passing it off as your own, no, absolutely not. Because you cannot get the same feel with AI art that you can if you create it yourself. You take
Well,
nothing
there's
and
also the issue of everything is beginning to look the same. I mean, yes, besides the whole anime styling, which is so overdone, the market so oversaturated is ridiculous. But besides that, the colors, the lines, that you can tell it's all computer art. And if not, if somehow I'm wrong, it sure appears to be.
well,
You don't get the variety. Also, I don't believe the people who draw on a tablet per se is equal to the skill of someone who does art the traditional way. And I know there's people out there mad as hell. It's like, that's not true at all. I'm better. I'm better than they are. Have you done both? I mean, uh, it's going to take a long, long time, if ever, for computerized art and especially AI art to be taken seriously by much any community.
Well, speaking as someone who does traditional art, I can't use, I cannot create art on a computer. I just cannot do it because when you do traditional art, you come to learn the feel of your materials. I mean, you it's hard to describe. You get the feeling of your materials, like different brushes do different things, and different what they're made out of matters. What the pigments of your paints or your clay or any of that stuff, it
Okay,
matters.
let's
It's
say
personal.
someone is good at both. And you might go, then why did you decide to go with digital art? Well, their answer is going to be obvious. It's easier. If it's easier, doesn't that answer the question? It takes more skill. It takes more patience. You learn the craft deeper and in more quality because you have to actually learn how the different colors are going to mix. You're going to have to learn about the different textures. You're going to have to learn about it drying or the parchment you may be using, and so on and so on and on and on and on. Whereas on a screen, you got a light pen and okay, swipe here, add this color, blend this, stylize this. And you just, a swipe here and a touch and tap there. I don't. Maybe I'm a purist, but I just don't like the idea of it.
Well, a lot of artists that do both computer art and traditional art will tell you quickly that digital art pays. And most of the time, traditional art nowadays doesn't.
Well, that's
And
because it's easier. It's like, okay, send the file over. And you don't have to go, well, how was it scanned? Why isn't the color coordinating? It's easier, but it doesn't stand the test of time. I mean, uh generally speaking, you go to an art gallery, you're not seeing AI art or digital art up because it's going to have bright blended colors and ultra smooth lines, and it's going to all kind of look the same.
well, I know I went to a art show and I had some of my work in there, and they somebody another person was talking to the coordinator about putting their art in the gallery, and the coordinator was really excited and she was really professional, and she said, okay, what style do you do? And they told her, oh well, I do digital art. And that woman, the coordinator, shut her down quick. She said, I'm sorry, we don't take digital art. This is a gallery. You have to have, it either has to be sculpted or on canvas or something. It has to be something traditional, not digital.
For that matter, think of AI art becoming more and more popular. I mean, there are literal examples out there of people drawing about how a 2-year-old would draw, and they hit a button and it turns it into a fancier image. Imagine how many people is not going to learn these techniques. They're not going to learn to define the art because they're going to be like, well, I got a tablet and all I got to do is tap this button.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do art if you do not know the fundamentals first. That's just the way it is. I mean, that's just the way it is with everything,
I-
even
I've
art.
met I've met people online who will argue that these AI tools will actually advance the next generation and bring people into art and music. And I'm like, really? Haven't you seen what's going on? Haven't you seen more of a pollution of AI art and AI music, and you can hear the difference. You can be like, yeah, that wasn't done by people. Even if people did it badly, it wouldn't sound like that. You know, it will never replace. I mean, it can mimic, but that's what AI is. It's derivative. It must take from what was done by you to begin with.
Well, that's what aggravates me is you have people that studied art and music for years. I mean, committed their whole life to it. And they're getting cast to the side for a quick, cheap alternative. And that's sad because you don't get the human connection from it.
Well, there is another element to it, and that is when you're making AI art, your tablet generally isn't doing that, or your computer, your PC, or your tablet isn't doing that. It's contacting a server, having a whole farm of servers generate this. That's taking up miles of area. That's taking massive thousands of gallons of water a day. You realize there's going to be a massive water shortage in the future. I mean, there already has been, but think about now. This has become the new way, the new thing.
Yeah. It's a tax on the resources. And it's just sad all the way around.
When I was younger, I played Street Fighter, the Street Fighter games, even the very first one. I remember they even had a Street Fighter 2000 on the NES, which it was a whole different genre of game and everything. But anyway, but the way they do it now, it just looks more the same, more blended crap. I just don't care for the art style. I don't care for the way it comes out ultimately. I find it lazy. Okay, but that's been our word on that, like it or not. That's all for now until next time.